What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of The Ultimate Career. It's episode number 13 of Season 3, and we've got another double header for you guys today. Yes, it is the Japanese and Korean Grand Prix, and as you can see on the screen now, we still have a lead in the Drivers' Championship, albeit a very slim one, a 4-point lead over Lewis Hamilton as we go into the final 6 rounds of the season. Make sure to drop a like down below if you're glad to see this series back. I want to try and get the final 3 episodes out within the next week before the release of F1 2016. I might not manage it, but I'm going to try to do just that. I managed to actually record and edit all of this earlier on today, so yeah, if I can keep that productivity up, then hopefully I will be able to do that. As you can see there on the constructor standings as well, we're sitting in 3rd position behind Red Bull and McLaren. But yeah, 2 races today, which hopefully we can go well at. And without further ado, let's get in now to qualifying. So first up, it is the Japanese Grand Prix from the famous Suzuka circuit. And to be honest, I didn't know really what to expect from this race because, yeah, Suzuka, as you guys probably know, is quite a technical track. And our car isn't as aerodynamically advanced as the Ferrari, Red Bull, McLaren. But yeah, going through that very technical first sector, we're only actually 2/10 back from Lewis Hamilton's pole time. So yeah, we are pretty much now at the end of the session with 4/10 down after the second sector. So I think, yeah, we're just going to ride on board now to the end of the lap. A very short final sector. And you can see a little bit twitchy there going into the final chicane. And they're now coming out, trying not to get any wheel spin and taking the shortest route to the line. What's it going to be? It is 5th place. I tell you what, we've made a habit of getting 5th place this season. So we're behind the 2 Red Bulls and the 2 McLarens as we go into the race. But we have managed to out-qualify Fernando Alonso. And our teammate Pastor Maldonado, who's also had a pretty good qualifying in 7th. But importantly, our teammate our rival Lewis Hamilton is in 1st. Right then, the first race of the day, and we are here for the Japanese Grand Prix, revving up to the 5 red lights. Are we going to be able to get a good start? Sebastian Vettel starting alongside us, and it's lights out, and away we go for the Japanese Grand Prix. And what a start. One of the best starts we've got all season, just when we need it the most. And Lewis Hamilton manages to keep his lead going into turn 1, and we managed to go down the inside of Sebastian Vettel. And then Mark Webber getting a bit out of shape on the exit of turn 1. And we just tried to sneak on those down the inside. It didn't quite work, but still managing to hold P3 and a podium position. And now we've got to try and make advances on that lead that Webber has managed to get over us. But you can just see he's streaking off into the distance there, so it's going to be so difficult. We'll get a little time delta, and it's already 0.8 of a second. And yeah, it was very, very difficult. You know, you can see already at the end of lap 3, the field was very sort of strung out. And yeah, Hamilton just absolutely stormed off into the lead. Webber stormed off in front of us, and we managed to just about keep out of DRS range of Vettel. But here you can see on lap 4, if we look at the mini-map, pulling over to the side is Lewis Hamilton. There you can see him at the side of the track. And our championship rival, in controversial style, is out of the Grand Prix. I can tell you, you can see there it ticked down to 23 runners, so he is out. And at this point, I'm just thinking, you know what, I'm just going to take whatever points I can get. Because, you know, I'm going to be taking a lead going into the final 5 rounds. So, yeah, Webber sort of got away from us a bit. But I wasn't too fussed about that because I thought, you know what, I just, you know, want to try and get as many points as possible. And we actually went for the overcut here. We stayed out a lap longer than a lot of the guys that were running behind us. Nico Rosberg, as well as Mark Webber, also tried to do the same. So you can see there that we've got a little bit of a lead over Nico Rosberg, probably a couple of seconds. And you can see both of us emerge in P2 and P3. And after we were under some pretty significant pressure as well. And I was very thankful of Nico Rosberg because he was sort of the cork in the bottle. You can see just behind me, Rosberg is in P3 and he's holding up a nice train of cars, so that really just gave us a lovely cushion. And yeah, skipping towards the end of lap 8 now, you can see that we managed to keep that gap over Rosberg, which was really, really comforting. 1.6 seconds, and Vettel just could not find his way past, which was really, really good for me because Vettel was faster. And I thought, on lap 10, I thought I'd just get this shot in the bottom left-hand corner just to see how many cars were queued up behind Nico Rosberg. So, yeah, as I say, I was just incredibly thankful of Rosberg in this race. And to be honest, we didn't need to push too hard. I didn't make any mistakes all race, which was really, really comforting. And as you can see, at the end of lap 13, Mark Webber may have taken the victory, but we have taken a very, very important second place, getting 18 points on the board. And as we celebrate coming over the line, that is a vital race for the championship, because we are now going to take a 22-point lead going into the Korean Grand Prix. Although, to be fair, I don't know what to expect from Korea at all. But, yeah, another solid performance from Maldonado as well. So, yeah, very, very good weekend for Williams overall. But, yeah, Mark Webber took the victory. And Nico Rosberg did manage to stand on the podium after holding off Sebastian Vettel. So, yeah, kudos to him. And there you can see an awful, awful race for McLaren. 23rd and 24th, 2 DNFs. And that is just shocking. But, yeah, there you can see that we have a 22-point lead now over Lewis Hamilton. With Mark Webber, he's prowling. He's there in third place, only 29 points back. But, yeah, there you can see also in the constructors' standings, Williams still holding firm in third place over Ferrari. So, yeah, it looks as if we are going to get that towards the end of the season. But, yeah, a very, very good first race. Second place is nothing, I'm not going to go shouting to the houses about it, but yeah, very, very solid race, and hopefully we can carry that through to the Korean Grand Prix. I'm not quite sure what to expect, but hopefully we can have a good race. Right then, so we're here in qualifying 3, and just, about to start our lap, and I thought it would be a good idea just to sort of show you guys a full qualifying lap, because I'm sure it's a good couple of years, maybe even 3 years, since you guys have even seen this Korean circuit. So, yeah, currently in P5, but this is our fastest lap in qualifying. So, coming through to the first 2 corners, clipping that inside apex, and then going on to what was at the time the longest straight on the F1 calendar. I believe the one at Baku is slightly longer, but yeah, at the time it was the longest straight on the calendar, 1.1 kilometers long, and braking now about 200 meters. Very, very hard braking. We actually locked the inside front tyre. But coming towards the end of the first sector, using our last bit of curves, and now this is the all-important time delta. How far down are we? We're actually less than 0.2 of a second, and I can tell you that is our weakest sector, that first sector. So at this point, I was thinking, you know what, we're very much in the hunt for pole, and I absolutely love this part of track. They're sort of weaving in and out. It's almost like a ski slalom. And yeah, this is definitely our strongest point of the track as well. So I guess it's sort of, enhances your enjoyment when you're very strong on that section of track. But now a minute into the lap, I'm braking hard down into first gear now, running maybe a little bit wide, not quite clipping that apex, but this is a corner which I really, really enjoy, going up into fourth and then down into third gear. I've really sort of managed to find the rhythm around this track within just sort of 2 or 3 laps, because, I did 1 lap in Q1, 1 lap in Q2, and then this is our second lap in Q3, and we are purple, as you can see, through the second sector, and then keeping it in first gear. Now through the penultimate corner we go in third gear. Are we going to hold it? Yes, we are. In fourth and fifth gear, opening the DRS. Is it going to be enough for pole? All we can do now is look in the top left corner, and it is. And I can tell you guys, that was the most satisfying lap I have done all season. And I'm pretty sure I punched the air with satisfaction when we clinched it by nearly 3/10 as well from Fernando Alonso. Lewis Hamilton, importantly, is down in 4th place as well, as Fernando Alonso congratulates us on our pole position. And, well, like I say, guys, I was just really, really happy with that pole position. And hopefully now we can do it in the race. Alright, so it's the second race of the episode, And arguably, you know, this could be a turning point in the season because we've got a 22-point lead over Lewis Hamilton. Can we extend it? It's 5 lights and away we go. We've got Alonso alongside us and we're going to try and guard him now into turn 1. A very, very short run down into turn 1. We leave him room on the inside, but he doesn't choose to take it. And now we've managed to catapult ourselves onto the main straight and, you know, just trying to get out of the slipstream of Button and Alonso because that is going to be very, very dangerous if they do manage to get a tow from us going down this straight. But we do manage to sort of stop it, but we forget to brake. In all honesty, you know, the braking zone is just comes up so quickly, and as a result we've managed to lose first and even second place now, and that is a disastrous start after what looked as if it was actually a dream start. But we do manage to get back up into P2 fortunately, but we are now stuck behind Jenson Button, and in this section, you know, there's no room to get past whatsoever, so we're going to have to stick behind him for another lap and hopefully get back as soon as possible. We're going to take a replay of the start. And in all honesty, you know, the brake, yeah, like I say, the braking zone comes up so quickly, but obviously I drive with the recommended racing line. And to be fair, around this circuit it is just completely off. You know, you've got to brake so much earlier than when it tells you, and I just completely forgot to do that. For some reason, you know, it was obviously lap 1 of the race as well, so I was a bit rusty, and you know, I expect that the driving line is going to be reasonably accurate, but unfortunately it wasn't. You know, I've got to take responsibility for that. And yeah, unfortunately we're down into P2. Luckily it isn't any worse and we didn't just go ploughing off into a wall. So yeah, thankfully it wasn't Monaco. But yeah, anyway, on to lap 3 now. We're still behind Button after, you know, sticking behind him on lap 2. But we do manage to get the DRS obviously on lap 3. And hopefully we can get past him now, and we do get a very, very strong tow, maxing out at the end of the straight at 206 miles an hour. And Button, you can just see there, he clipped that inside curb, which meant we get a much better exit and just sweep past him. You know, I'd be quite concerned if I was McLaren, you know, getting past that easily. We get up into the lead of this race, going pretty conservatively, in fact, into the next corner, you know, just making sure that we do actually make that turn. But yeah, like I say, we just swept past Button. Didn't even need to get the move done in the braking zone. Bear in mind there was no DRS there, so yeah, I was a little bit baffled because obviously, you know, we've proved this season that we don't have the, you know, the quickest car in a straight line. But anyway, on to lap 4, and here you can see just how significant the tow is on this back straight. And Jenson Button comes up alongside us and goes ahead of us into the hairpin. And now we don't want to turn in too much, and we nearly hit his front wing. So instead we get the undercut, and we do manage to actually get quite a good exit by doing that and just go straight past Button. But I was convinced we were going to lose some of our front wing when we actually did get past Button. Once again, reasonably conservative into the next corner. But yeah, we get a replay of it once again, and you can just see as we turn in there, we do actually make slight contact, but we got out of the throttle, something which it doesn't sort of show you, I guess, on the pictures. But yeah, we did manage to get out of the throttle and make sure there was no damage. But come lap 6, our tyres, oh my god, I just haven't experienced tyre wear like this all season, because I don't know what it was, but this circuit was just horrible for tyre wear. You can see struggling to get the throttle down. And as we come into the pit lane, we have a very slight lead. You can see it was like a 1/10 of a second going into Sector 3 over Jenson Button. So the guys need to pull out a brilliant pit stop if we are to exit in the lead of this race. And we now come into the pit box, and we are fitting the soft tyres for the final 8 laps of the race, and it is a superb pit stop by the Williams boys. We emerge ahead of Jenson Button, and I'd say we've probably extended that lead, in fact. And well, as we go on to the next lap, you can just see how much of a lead we've now got over Button, and it's about 3 seconds, I believe. And now the battle to watch is between Maldonado and Button. Maldonado, who's found himself up in P3, but he just, oh no, he just doesn't manage to get ahead of Button. So it is going to be a net P3 for Pastor Maldonado. And could Williams be on for our first podium finish? Well, we managed to go purple at the end of lap 8, and that actually became a theme for the rest of the race. We went purple on lap 9 and then lap 10 as well. So yeah, just really in the groove in this race. And you know, Korea, for a circuit that I haven't driven in about 3 years, it took me 3 laps to get into it. And just what a race. But anyway, on to lap 14. You can just see there Alonso getting past Maldonado. And it was heartbreak for the Williams guys. Although we do manage to take the victory, it just wasn't quite that double podium we were looking for. But anyway, we come across the line. And what a dominant race that was, I must say. I just couldn't believe it. It was my favourite race of the season. And, well, what a win it was. And Hamilton down in 7th as well. And like I say, guys, I was just in the groove for the complete race. The only driver to get into the 141s, and 7 seconds was the gap between ourselves and Jenson Button. So a well-deserved victory, it has to be said, and what a way that is to end the episode as well. Mark Webber had he had a bit of a stinker today, a DNF for him. So that sort of halts his championship charge, and we now have a 41-point lead over Lewis Hamilton and 54 over Mark Webber. So it's looking very, very good as we go into the last 4 rounds. I believe it's the Indian Grand Prix next, and yeah, Williams still holding firm in 3rd position, and Red Bull take the lead in the Constructors' Championship after, well, what's been a pretty dire episode for McLaren. But wow, what a way to end the episode, guys. And yeah, like I say, make sure you smash a like down below. Comment your thoughts on this series. And yeah, like I say, I hope to have another episode for you guys in a couple of days' time. I'll try and get back recording tomorrow. But yeah, you can see we are very, very happy with that victory. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Make sure to take care. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.